What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video for Team Building with Zooch, where I take a live guest and team build for a matchup. After the team is built, I'll look at the replay and talk about the game and how I think the team performed. A quick note, real quick, this is the first video since I've kind of fixed the mic, so hopefully there's no echo, but I think the music might be a little bit low. I'll have to kind of adjust as we go through these videos. But without further ado, we have our guest Klyze with us here today. What's going on, man?
Going good. Having a good time.
Fantastic. We got a late night session here for us. So we actually have this is a National Dex game, correct?
Yes.
National Dex. So I think the very first one I did on the series was National Dex, and then the rest have just been Paldea. So good to change it back up a little bit. So this is NatDex, and this is actually a rematch, he said. So I actually have the paste, the old paste here to kind of go off of it, maybe use some same sets or similar sets, and then maybe try to change some stuff up. I don't think necessarily keeping an exact set is a bad thing in a rematch if it is like just the best set into the team. It's not like they can like do something, like they could try to change for it, but like I still think good sets are okay to come in rematches. So we'll see how it goes. So this is a playoffs game, so it's a high stakes game, but we'll see what we can do here. So, and also I appreciate you having the the terror types right here, so I don't gotta like write them, on the matchup
Yeah,
thing.
makes it easier.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, obviously you've looked at this matchup. Have you had any ideas for rematch sets or not really?
Well, the main thing is this rematch is unique because the game was really fast.
Yeah.
So a lot of the same sets, like some of them still have viability. The main thing I was surprised by is I thought that Ogre Pawn was kind of 7th mon here just because Tangrowth walls it like the whole time. But then Tangrowth didn't come, so I was kind of curious by that.
Honestly, yeah, that's very surprising. I think FizzDef Tingrowth is really good into Ogerpon, Crook, Mega, Metacham even. Metacham might two-shot it just because it's so damn strong, but it's a good initial switch, especially with like Reki Helmet or something. So, yeah, I hella expect that thing to come. I know I mentioned like Ogerpon to you like right when you sent the matchup. I was kind of just looking at Ogerpon versus Tangrowth like matchup, and yeah, man, there's literally like nothing it can do. Like it's a pretty hard answer to it. I mean, it could just you turn and then go into something else to threaten Tangrowth. I think that'd be your best bet if we do end up bringing Ogerpon. But yeah, you're right. Tangrowth is actually kind of like a hard count. I mean, honestly, I could say counter. I think like there's really nothing you can do. So, but other than that, no other like sets or crazy things you want to use or anything, or just.
Well, I don't think that Meloetta will work a second time. I don't know if you want to like show the replay or anything, but I really doubt it will.
Yeah, I did see the replay where it kind of just you did get the SD off, right?
I got the SD relic dance off against a special Palafin.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be trying to set that up on a Latios or Florges, but no. And it did just win the game.
Right.
I would say I was down before that point, so I was surprised I could pull that off, but.
Well, that set is really insanely strong versus his team, though, because, like, yeah, his normal resists, both get obviously destroyed by a fighting type, and that's all you had, that fighting type move, and that's all you had. So, plus Terra Normal on top of that, Max Stack Adamant, like, yeah, there's just no switch-ins, man. So, I probably think Meloetta comes anyway, but maybe we could do a different set if you want, because, yeah, like, he just doesn't have anything. He'd have to have, like, maybe like Banded Palafin to try to revenge it or something. I mean, I guess even if FizzDef Tangrowth comes, like that could I don't even know. Like if you're just not SD, if you don't two-shot, then that could be kind of like a stop to it. Let's actually just look real quick. Versus FizzDef Tangrowth, I'm actually kind of curious. I forgot to clear the other. So you were in Purette form, right?
Yes.
Terra Normal Tangrowth. Yeah, so does Tangrowth get foul play? I don't even remember actually.
I guess I can look that up.
I can look too real quick. Come over here. Tangrowth.
Nope.
No? Okay. Yeah, so I mean it doesn't get like two-shot on switch in, but like it doesn't have like foul play, so I don't think it really has a way to do a lot back to you anyway. So that could still kind of blow past Tangrowth even. So yeah, I mean, I think that Pokemon still looks insanely strong here. I haven't really used Meloetta, to be honest, since like generation like 6 or something. So I'm not really familiar with like what other kind of. I definitely think Terra Normal is the play here again, but I know like maybe you can run like. I would. Yeah, I don't know about choice items up because you want to use between return and fighting move here. So.
Yeah. One of the things I was thinking about is I could just run special this time. Um,
So you like
I
Hyper
don't think
Voice.
special's bad in the matchup.
Mm.
Like it would be basically a hyper voice, either like focus blast or a terra blast fight. Because again, in the same way, those two moves hit the whole team really hard.
So you wouldn't. You
Um,
obviously wouldn't be pure rat form. You'd just be regular.
no, I wouldn't. That was another set I thought of. I
Hmm.
just think Meloetta really just either way is the better Terra Captain. I brought Cobalion a lot this season, but I don't think it needs to come in this matchup. So,
Yeah, I agree.
um,
The only.
and it's just kind of bad into like Palafin, which can be mixed, like T-Tar, which can be mixed. A lot of the stuff, to be honest.
Well, that's true. The only thing with special Meloetta is obviously you can't just like uh boost your speed to outspeed everything, but like the things that outspeed you anyway. I guess like Palafin is the one thing that can do a lot of damage to you if he just has like a wave crash or something, you know, because your defense isn't too high.
Yeah,
But if we do end up bringing like Water Pond, I think regular Water Pond's a pretty good switch into Palafin actually. So the hardest hitting move would be like Boom Burst, which he did bring special last time. So we'll kind of see what's up with that. But yeah, I like Melota coming. If it's like a special set, what do you think would like the item and stuff be? You could go
I
like.
think it could just be like a Calm Mind Hyper Voice set.
Mhm.
I think could work well. Just because Calm Mind is something I can use again to set up on Latios, set up on Florges, set up on like a random Audino. I could be sub for like T-Wave Audino or
Yeah.
Vikavolt. I was thinking like I could just go sub CM normal attack, fighting attack. That was the first thought in terms of like, okay, how do I make a different Meloetta set? Because obviously like the last set just won. But
Yeah.
I really don't think that will get my opponent again, just based on the conversation I had after the game.
Well, a couple things. So Audino is pretty like it's pretty commonly run Encore. So like sub CM still wouldn't really work versus Audino if it does have Encore. Unless you want to run like a Mentor just to be super safe, you could do that. Um, and Vikavolt, you do have to be a bit careful because his attacks can go through your substitute. Obviously, if you're Calm Mind though, they shouldn't be doing too much. Um, other than that, I think sub CM makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to think what else could kind of put a stop to you. I guess, or their Terra Caps. Normal and fighting hits everything anyway.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Terra types don't stop that. They don't have a ghost option on
uh
this team at all. So
yeah, that's kind of crazy. um,
yeah, no ghost into Metachan Meloetta.
yeah,
My mindset was that Metachan Meloetta last game could break for each other because Metachan broke the Arcanine, which was the main obstacle to Meloetta last game. I
yeah,
think I could take a similar approach with Spectre this game
yeah,
because Meloetta and Spectre kind of have the same switch-ins in this matchup, like T-Tar and Audino mainly,
yep,
and I guess maybe Florges. So
yeah, for
I
sure.
think if one of them could break for each other, that's how I could win this game.
Yeah, I like that plan a lot. So let's roll with this. Oh god, let's roll with Hyper
And I'm
Voice.
not sold on Substitute, but I do think the other three sets are good here.
Okay, we'll leave
Like the
sub.
other three moves.
Yeah, we'll leave sub. We could. It also could be something like Energy Ball, just because that's one less, potential focus thing missing. Versus T-Tar. Obviously, you want to. If you don't want to risk it, if you don't have to risk it, you don't have to. I keep forgetting this is NatDex 2, so there are other moves, but let me see. Oh, dude, I totally forgot about Power Up Punch too. The other set.
Yeah, this guy's been fun this season.
Yeah, I think I really liked Meloetta when I used it. So we'll do. We could also. What's the attack in regular form? I was gonna say you could do mix because CC probably still does more to like T-Tar, but I feel like the attack isn't really too high in the regular form.
It's 77.
Let's see real quick.
I don't think it would be more.
Let's
Um,
see. Speed wise, let's just do the speed real quick. You could
um,
go like just speed creeping Florges if you want. Or
yeah.
T-Tar. I don't, Florges really shouldn't be like max, so I mean I would probably just do T-Tar if you want to be safe.
Because
Or
look at my speed tiers. Like Florges doesn't even have to run speed at all, but I probably
uh-huh.
creep T-Tar.
The only thing is maybe Scarf Florges might be a thing if it wants to creep Spectre. What's your favorite
Yeah.
resist? Quill, Tinka,
Um,
so
I mean, Tink kind of walls it always,
yeah, it is
unless
that
if
Terra
it's
guy.
yeah, because the Terra types don't hit me super effectively. So
But Terra Steel is a pretty good type to like to not take a lot from Tink though. That's the thing.
yeah,
So it could be like maybe Calm Mind with like Terra Steel, and that's kind of
yeah. I think Tinkagon still comes though. Also probably brings Encore just for Latios. I didn't have to show my Tink set really much last time because of Meloetta.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just had Gigaton knock off Encore Stealth Rock, and I think I could honestly just run the same thing.
I see your
I've had Citrus Berry.
yeah, I see your own tempo too. That's for what Arcanine.
That's for Arcanine, yeah. I
Yeah.
couldn't find much use for the other abilities, so
Mold Breaker. Yeah, Mold Breaker doesn't really do anything. And then what's the other one? Pickpocket. Is anything gonna knock you off? T-Tar don't have an
I mean,
item.
I have a Citrus Berry, but I don't think Pickpocket, because this guy's not trying to take like uh contact moves anyways. Like this guy's not trying to stay in versus Palfin versus Arcanine versus. I mean, T-Tar wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I think
Treads is going EQ. Like I thought Odin Tempo just made the most sense in case Arcanine just like wants to. It just makes Arcanine take more damage on switch-ins, which is worth it.
yeah. I think the only like knockoff you might take maybe is if you want to get rocks up in front of like Tangrowth or something or Audino, they might knock off, and you can take their item. But on tempo like makes sense. Yeah, I definitely think Arcanine's pretty. It's pretty likely to come. Just Intimidate's really solid into this team. Um, so we could probably go Modest then with the speed that they have. Like, if you just want to be super safe, like just Modest into like Modest to outspeed just max T-Tar. But again, T-Tar doesn't really have the only reason why these guys would have a lot of speed is if it's DD or Scarf Florges, I think.
Yeah,
So
I think DD was set. I think I creeped for last time. I think I put um. I think I put enough speed. I think like I forget which guy had enough speed for it, but it was one of them. I'll figure that out.
they
But
probably
yeah,
they probably did this speed creep just because um it outspeeds everything. Orgrippon obviously can't be Scarf, and then Spectre should speed creep the Lottie to 351. So they probably did this speed to catch Spectre after +1.
they probably went one more because Spectre, if it's Jolly, can't hit 351. It has to go 352. So they probably went
Okay, is that what you
353.
did with this speed?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spectre. Well, I'm pretty sure this spec actually hit 251 just because I was modest. But if it's Jolly, which it's possible it could be.
Yes, yeah, I didn't even look at your speed. That is what that speed is, though. Yeah, so they might do that. I mean, if they want, they could beat Jolly just to like get to be safe too. So, I think this is the only instance where T-Tar might be really fast. Again, we can make sure we're faster than 235 with Meloetta if you want to go pretty much max speed, or you can just be pretty bulky and then just not assume DD on T-Tar, which it could be sucky if I mean we're turn normal, so they'd have to have like a fighting move to do a lot to us, but I don't know. I feel like if T-Tar is like DD'd up anyway, it's not gonna matter. So I would probably go the more like bulky route, honestly, with this Meloetta
Yeah,
instead
I
of
think
like
that makes sense.
how much max speed. I'm trying to figure out like what's the last slot here. I think honestly it is probably just a. It could be like.
I don't know. I think we have a few options.
How much? What does more? Let me see. Meloetta, like with Terra normal hyper voice, or just like a dazzling gleam to a like Latios, for example.
Pretty sure it's Hyper Voice.
Yeah, I should
Just
double check.
because Terra Normal makes it ×2.
Yes, you're right. So actually, literally the last slot would only be for something that the normal resists. So like I said, like Energy Ball maybe for T-Tar if you don't want
Yeah,
if you don't want to run like substitute.
probably Probably energy ball or sub, just whatever we're feeling. We can come back to it if
Yeah,
probably not.
we certainly
It's
can.
I'm probably only rarely clicking it. Just depends on the rest of my team, really.
Heal Bell was epic too. Miss Heal Bell. Items. What are you thinking for items here?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. Hmm. That's difficult. I'm just trying to think what situation like a certain item would be helpful.
Yeah, last time you were boots, which makes sense. I mean, they have sticky web. Um, does T-Tar get
Yeah, but
spikes? Do they have spikes on this team?
they do not have a spiker. They have
Okay.
treads and T-tar rocks and Vikavolt webs.
Yeah. Okay. Could just be citrus berry to help you live more, since you're like calm mind. Could be.
Yeah, that's tempting.
Could just be like a silk scarf too. We can. I mean, we can check some calcs. Let's go. You said you wanted to go more bulky, or you wanted to go like almost max speed for that T-Tar?
I don't think we need to be too speedy. I mean, maybe we could creep. We could creep the like the 230. I'm not sure. I don't think we need to have a lot of speed though. I know he ran defensive last time.
Okay, let's go modest then, and let's look at a couple
Oh,
of
we can
calcs.
definitely go modest. Yeah.
Well, if you wanted to speed creep like the T-Tar, well, yeah, the T-Tar was 228 adamant, so we would still be modest actually if we did that much speed. But you're right. So we'll go modest here, and then let's actually see versus like everything else. Get that place in the back. So let's see versus Palafin. How much are we doing? I want to see like the difference between like okay, this is like max SPDF. What the the difference between hyper voice like with a scarf with a no boosting and like with a silk scarf or something. I don't like life orb here. I think life orb here would be terrible.
Yeah, into Palafin, you don't want to chip yourself down.
Yeah, because like look, I mean this is banded. This is the worst case scenario, but it still does a lot. We'll have some bulk too though. So
Yeah, I don't think it can be banded in this matchup just because I have water absorb, but
yeah, you have water absorb. You have you have a quillfish too. It's pretty good into physical Palafin. So
yeah.
I just
My
like
team's good into physical. That's why I brought special last time.
yeah,
But Dan ended up fighting him just because it didn't do enough damage to Malota.
that's true. Yeah, so this almost actually kills, and it might be honestly no HP because you do have Metacham if you want to tie with that. So if you are the Silk Scarf, like pretty much after one hazard, like this thing pretty much dies, which is good. And then we could have like a helmet user maybe or something too. The treads is where we might have to see if we need to focus blast compared
Yeah,
to.
that's what I'm looking at right now because I think the main thing is like treads and T-Tar is probably the guys who want to be doing calcs on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do we have spikes? We have a couple spike potential.
I think I could honestly Spike's Ogre Pump does look kind of good here.
I was gonna.
It's the best way to it's the best way to force progress on the like when Tangrowth is coming in on it. Just like a Spikes, like a dual stab Spikes U-turn type set.
I was literally
Like
gonna say those four moves. Yeah.
yeah, I think those four make sense. I haven't run Spike's Ogre Pump, so maybe this guy like doesn't know, and I know this guy doesn't bring treads a lot. I think he just thinks he's overrated. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say if we do have that set and then like they have Tangrowth here, like there's no way Tangrowth is not switching in to Ogerpon. So like generally like spikes are probably a pretty free click if you have Ogerpon in a favorable matchup. But yeah, looking at treads here, this is offensive and you know he might not be offensive if it comes. It does look like Focus Blast is probably gonna be needed, unfortunately, to kill this guy. Check Mega Tyranitar too. Mega Tyrant doesn't even die. So
yeah, Mega Tyranitar, like even like I'd need a, even like Terraboss fight wouldn't kill. I think I do need Focus Blast for it.
yeah.
And Meloetta is not hit a Focus Blast this season. I mean, over one, but still.
Over one? That's...
I would have needed it for an Ursulina Blood Moon, but...
Oh, gotcha. It's okay. This is a playoff game. He's not gonna miss. He might if this guy's like a pretty good like player, like he's played a lot. He might tack on like a Chilean Berry or something because he just got owned by Meloetta last time. So
yeah, like Berry Florges could come. But
Some,
even then, I'm not that concerned about. Like, I think I still heal past, like, boost past this guy pretty well.
yeah.
Unless if there's a Calm Mind of their own. I guess the fourth move could be something for, like, their own Calm Mind. I'm not sure. Like, because Calm Mind, Latios, or Florges have a decent chance of coming. Even though I do have Encore take a ton, so I'm wondering, like, do I need a fourth move for that, or should I just have the fourth move be, or should I just have it be something else and have Tinkaton deal with it? Because again, I think Tink is the matchup I had on, like, the set I had with Tinkaton can
hmm
probably just come again.
I think so too. That was probably like your Lottie check, right?
It was my Lottie check, and Lottie did nothing.
Yeah, it just died.
I mean, they brought Mental Herb with what is it called, the Vikavolt. So
Oh, okay.
I mean that could come again, but even then, like that was a worst case scenario, and I still got to spin away webs. Albeit I'm not bringing. I don't think I'm bringing Delmise this week.
Um, yeah, probably not. Yeah, I just don't know like if there's a like move for like Lottie though. I mean, you could run like just Toxic if you want as the last thought, just as a if you're scared of essentially just getting swept. But ideally, like when Meloetta is in, you're gonna be the one that's like boosted. So like they probably can't boost on you, or hopefully they can't at least. You could do Alluring Voice. That could help you. Like if Florges is faster or Lottie's faster, they try to like boost up on you. Um, I don't know. I don't think you could also do if you want to be leftovers. You could be Protect if you want to. Last slot, like
Yeah, I don't think it's something we need to decide now.
no. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't do U-turn though. So, anyways, let's do the
Yeah,
spread
no,
though.
you don't want a U-turn.
No. We could look at Florges. Let's see, Florges. We could creep this if you want to 35. Because if it's like Scarf Florges, they would go to that to
Yeah,
outspeed
probably that.
the Spectre. It's creeping. So we could do like 84 just to be safe. Yeah, I think that's okay. Just 84 speed just to make sure Florges is not. You could also run like Psy Shock if you want. I know you're not Psychic anymore when you Terra, but it does beat the Calm Minding Florges. But again, not sure yet.
Yeah, but issue is it could just be CM Latios, and then it wouldn't really matter. So
That's true. We're probably going to be taking a physical hit here, looking at just how many physical Pokemon might switch in. So I think it would make a lot of sense to have more Fizdef EV-wise. Did you have... I mean, you didn't have much, but yeah, you did have
no, I
20.
just put leftover in it because it was like full on offense. But
Yes.
yeah, I think like trying to take a physical attack would probably be helpful.
I'm trying to think what our like setup target is going to be, like, or try to set up a Calm Mind on, because when we show Terra Normal, like he's probably going to think that he just doesn't really have a switch in to an attack. So
I mean, he'd probably think it's T-Tar or Treads, right? Like still.
yeah. But the thing is, if we're just Relic Song, then we're faster and we just kill them with a close combat. So
Yeah,
they,
okay, maybe like it could be like a Chople
yeah,
Treads.
that's what I'm thinking. I think it's Tropical Chets for sure. So, I mean, if he goes Treads after, like, it's kind of probably obvious that he's probably choppable, like after he sees you boosting or something. But you know, he'll be faster than you anyway, so not necessarily. He might just want to get damage off on you. So I mean, honestly, it might make sense just to put the whole thing in defense, just because. Oh, what is Spadef is like actually really high for some reason. Like I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's 128, 100 at 128, just like a naturally good special wall.
Yeah,
So
and 3 of the 4 Pokemon that's faster than Meloetta is going to be physical here. Probably. I mean, I guess Palafin can be special too, but if Palafin's special, then that's better for you anyway because you're Calm Mind. So,
yeah, special. I'd be very surprised if Special Fin came, given how the last game went.
yeah. I mean, that's just a big reason for us to maybe bring Water Pond though if it's physical. So, you can just chunk the rest in defense right now. If there's
Yeah,
like some certain calcs, then we can look later. But this is a pretty good. I don't know if this is necessarily our win condition, just because like it's hard to just like win the game with this because it's slow. It's not like a Pokemon that'll just kill the rest like it did the first game because you had that speed boost. But this is certainly like a good breaker. Like they don't really switch into this guy. So especially if you hit your moves. Like just I don't even know if you have to really Calm Mind. Just like Hyper Voice into Focus Blast for the resist, probably just kill everything. So
Yeah, I guess I'll see with that. But yeah, I mean, the goal with this guy again is to hopefully break for Spectre or vice
yeah,
versa. But
yeah,
because I think in the same way that like I thought about like Metacham and Physical Malouetta sort
hmm
of force the same switch-ins.
hmm
Spectre and Special Malouetta have the same switch-ins, so
yeah, that makes sense.
I think a lot of the same idea is it'll probably be pretty difficult for them to bring like two separate counters and not lose to like Metacham. So I want one to hopefully open up the other in the end game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me see the Spectre set.
I brought Shed Shell because I was worried about Pursuit T-Tar Mega, but my
Okay.
opponent didn't even consider it, so I'm not sure.
I didn't even that works with Pursue. I didn't even realize honestly.
Yeah, Shed Shell allows you to switch out from Pursuit.
Oh, nice. That's cool. I honestly, I mean, it's very obvious that. Well, I guess Audino could be a switch too, if it does come. It didn't come last time, right?
Nope.
Yeah. So Audino could be annoying with just like Encore or Knockoff. Like I think Audino would beat this set actually. So,
Yeah.
trying to think what's the best possible set here.
Yeah, I guess it is difficult. Probably is just some sort of a cleaner. But I'm not sure.
Hmm. You could do like, I was gonna say like Colberberry, and then kind of just stay in versus the T-Tar the first time because realistically, you like Spectre should switch out, so they might just do something else like not use a dark move or like rocks or something, especially expecting to switch. Because again, chip on that does mean one less focus blast from Mellow to hit, etc. I was also looking at maybe like Fizz Def, but like with policy, because they do have a lot of Pokemon that can proc proc the policy. But the only problem with that is I don't think even at +2 like you would just beat the T-Tar even if you do live a knockoff, which that'd be pretty hard. It's high attack anyway, so I don't know if you can even live a knockoff without Colbur. So
I doubt I
no,
can.
I don't think so. I'm not gonna calc it. So never mind. I don't think that's really worth it. I mean, specs could be interesting again if there's no Audino. Like every time T-Tar comes in, like Shadow Ball is just chip, especially if we have spikes up too. But if he does run that Pursuit this time, then did you like mention Pursuit to him after the game or anything? Do you know?
I
Or he?
think I I think I did, and you just said it's always banned. Never thought about it. But I brought Shed Shell, so I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
sure.
I definitely think specs could certainly be like a sweeping end game here for sure. Because you can even go modest like you did last time, and they don't have any terror resist. So it's like if Audino comes, like you would probably have to aggressively double. At least the first time Spectre comes in, which could work, because if you just double it to Metacham on the Audino, like you pretty much like
Same.
yeah, pretty much. So that's probably why they were scared too, because like I mean you have Cobalion, Meloetta can obviously be the physical fighting type. Ogerpon does a crap ton to Audino, Crook, so like I could
I
kind of
mean,
see why.
Crook also just gets free progress into that guy, just because can't really T wave me. Not scared of that. So
Yeah, knockoff didn't do anything.
um
Could be like Dazzlingly maybe, but that's I don't know. I don't think that really makes
I
sense.
don't know. With its base 60 special attack, I'm not that worried.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see specs working. Honestly, if Audino comes, like I think that's better for you. Yeah, it stops one of your Pokemon, but it gives your other like probably most of your other guys like a free click. So it's up to you if you want to be safe and run Shell. Like I don't mind because again, it doesn't really do anything. It just means like
Yeah,
you have less
I
immediate
guess.
damage. That's all.
Yeah, I guess specs because part of what I'm thinking about is, um, will the I'm thinking like when will Spectre come in? Like, will it have to come in sooner? Will it have to have T-Tar switch in and then switch out on it? Like, that might be a possibility, but at that point, then it's possible that its job is already done with like chipping down the T-Tar in range of Melora, like an Energy Ball.
Mm-hmm.
The more we talk about it, I do think Energy Ball is probably the best fourth move on it.
Yeah,
Just literally for
with T-Tar.
the T-Tar.
I mean that makes sense to me. Yeah. And again, if T-Tar doesn't come, then one of them has to come. There's no way both of them don't come. um,
Oh yeah,
so if T-Tar doesn't come, then again, I mean you have Audino, so
I don't know.
that's easy.
In
That's
week 8, I brought my opponent didn't break Miltank, and I won in 12 turns. So I'd imagine they don't just not bring a counter.
yeah, exactly. So we can run Energy Ball specs, or you know, if you wanna, if you wanna, you could be like Shadow Tag if you don't wanna just be locked in. If you wanna run like Taunt or something, but or Willow. I definitely think a boosting item though is probably best here for Spectre.
Yeah, I'd agree.
We can
Boosting item makes
we
sense.
can look at calcs too if you want to run like the shadow tag, or was it ghost tag, something like that? Nope, spell
Spell
tag.
tag, I think.
Yes, spell
Yeah.
tag. So it would just probably be, if you wanted to run other moves, it'd probably be shadow ball. Willow could be cool if like you could honestly, you could probably run double ghost move if you want to, like shadow ball and hex with like Willow and then one last slot. You could draining kiss or something.
Probably need Draining Kiss for hitting Tyranitar.
Yeah, draining kiss. So this is what you had
My only
last
thing
time.
is, yeah, I think like Shadow Ball, Draining Kiss, Will-O-Wisp is probably 3 moves I definitely bring here. Just because Will-O-Wisp helps against like a Iron Press Tar,
Yep.
which is otherwise I realized like I needed to put Will-O-Wisp on the set. Otherwise I lost to Iron Press Tar.
Yeah, that's true. Taunt does help versus that too, but again, you would just die to a dark move if he has it.
At that point, it would be too late if I'm like if it's trying to, because the whole point is I'd probably be going into Spectre to Wisp it as like a last ditch into Iron Press Tar, but
Yeah. I mean, I think the last slot could definitely be. You had Haze, which could work too for like, because they does have like maybe a set up Florges or something could be scary. You wouldn't probably beat the Florges just because it's good bulk, but at least you would stop it from going crazy versus you.
I guess I could like taunt for like Audino specifically because I'm well I'd be taunt if I run Spell Pack, which I do think is probably the best. Because taunt helps against Audino trying to T-Wave me, Encore me.
Yeah, that makes sense. So and you had Haze. Yeah, I think Taunt's probably a bit better actually. I think it's between either Taunt or just like Plot, honestly, just to try to literally win with this guy. Again, it's just that Palafin with Jet Punch. You can't really win if that's alive. If you take some chip. I mean, Plot with Draining Kiss could be a thing too, but because I do think there's Pokemon, like there's a lot of Pokemon that I think you could probably safely plot on, because like unless Vikavolt's like Terra Electric, you know, it's not gonna just straight kill you. Same with Florges, I don't think, unless it's like Terra Fairy, probably Specs or something. You can't really plot on Palafin, obviously, just because if he attacks, you probably die with an attack into Jet Punch. You could probably plot into Treads too, honestly, because one, like it might not even be invested into. It's probably not even do over half to you with an attack. So Arcanine, you know, maybe Tangrowth, maybe depending on its set. So Plot could be a thing for sure, but I mean, I think Spectre just has pretty solid raw damage anyway that you probably don't need to. I don't know.
If I'm plot, I'd consider Overberry. But
That's a good shot,
um,
yeah.
yeah. So I feel like it's probably either like Spell Tag, Taunt, or Bot Clover. Mainly because Cloverberry allows me to set up on treads more safely. Like, because maybe it could help me stay out of a non-banded Jet Punch range.
Right. Yeah. I like Taunt. I think that Saw Tag Taunt's better.
Yeah, it makes sense and helps probably versus Audino because Audino can't like Encore me or anything.
Yeah, I wonder if you can, if you taunt it, if you can just kind of Draining Kiss it over and over. I'm not really too sure. But we'll see. So this spread that you had, do you want to keep this spread? I don't know exactly what it's for. I don't know if you remember.
I think it's a little. It's something I might want to redo.
Okay. So you must have had the 136 for something specifically. I definitely think the speed is correct though. Like there's no reason not to go like modest.
Yeah, my speed was definitely correct. I think I had it to live, I think like a T-Tar Stone Edge, but I'm not sure. We can probably just redo it.
Okay.
The only spread I really felt confident in were like Tinkaton probably, just because I know I calced versus Florges and Latios, because I know it's like I know that the Tinkaton spread I have covers for like EQ Latios as well, so
Yeah. I actually think we'd probably just keep this set too. So I just put on. Let's get some
yeah,
crazy
that's the
EVs
one
going
thing
on
I was
here.
thinking we could just yeah.
Copy paste. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put max special attack for now. I just want to look at the calcs though with this guy. See if you actually need max special attack or not. So let's check versus. Oh my god. Let's check versus Palafin. Okay. So the difference between spell tag and not spell tag doesn't really make a difference here actually. So Palafin is one Pokemon where I don't actually think you would need spell tag. Let's check, unless you want to look at like maybe +1 after like rocks or something. That could be a difference.
Yeah, because I do think I can get rocks up this game with Tinkaton.
Yeah, for sure.
With rocks, +1 guaranteed Oko's no bulk. So
Yeah.
that could be worth it. Versus without spell tag, it's 18.8%.
Okay. Again, you need like some chip for what's it called too, Meloetta. So it's kind of the same Pokemon that you're gonna need a little bit of chip on. Treads. This is +1. So, I mean, again, it's not gonna be in range after a rock. We could be spiked though. I think we are gonna run spikes here actually. So, just because even if we don't end up bringing Ogerpon, I think we will. But even if we don't, I think like Quillfish wouldn't be a bad bring either with Spike. So that would probably be like you're switching to Tingro too. So like that's just kind of gives you another opportunity to switch it and get up another Spike. I'm not sure though. We gotta see.
Yeah,
Because a grass move
I
could
think
still hurt maybe Quillfish.
yeah, I'm pretty confident on 5 of the mons I think can come, and the last one could be anything.
Okay. So versus treads, if we're running spikes, like spell tag is worth it here too. It might just be like my special attack though. Still, even after a couple of spikes, or even if you get the +1, like this will die too. So,
yeah, at that point it even dies after rocks, even though it quad resists them.
Yep. Latios, we
Because
don't check.
97.1 allows it. Also, I'm looking at like a Florges count right now, and like if it's Fizdef, I'm probably 2-hit KOing after like if rocks and spikes are up, probably 2-hit KOing with spell tag.
Compared
But
to
Florges could also be Fizdef, so let me see what it would be like into that.
I mean, the thing is though, if you hit it with a Shadow Ball and it comes in, and let's say you do like 40 of his max HP, like, do you think you should taunt? Because if they just attack, that's pretty bad. But if they wish, that's obviously good. Or
I think I'd probably have a free Tinkaton at least the first time.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think you just kind of switch out the first time to see what they want to do. Get your rocks up if they're not up yet, or whatever. Again, you do have to be careful if it's Terra Steel. I mean, you do have knockoff still and Encore to at least lock it into something.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
I'm not too worried about its damage output as long as it's not like boosting, and I think this allows me to sort of stop its boosting.
Yeah. So yeah, I think versus treads and versus treads and Palafin, spell tag is definitely worth for max special attack. Florges, it can be worth, but you're still not gonna just 1v1 beat it by just attacking it just because it's a Florges. And I want to check versus Mega Tyranitar was the other thing. Obviously, you're gonna want a Draining Kiss instead, but I want to see how much it's doing. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's just really literally the one Pokemon that's stopping this thing though. Let's check Audino too. The other Pokemon I don't think really matter. So if you taunt it, I mean, I think you probably can just like weaken it with Draining Kiss. He would probably switch out on a turn where like the taunt ends, but it's probably still safer to taunt anyways. I wouldn't like try to predict him switching and then attack, and then he just like T waves or something. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, he's probably kind of like knockoff is maybe if he has knockoff, he might be able to kind of just do more. I mean, he'll do a lot the first time. 25 to 30, you're gaining around 18 per hit, so it depends. If he's like full health, probably not worth the trading, but if he's like half and you just sacrifice some damage just to kill it and get your boost, could be worth it, honestly. Oh, this is actually at +1 too, I didn't realize. So yeah, he probably needs to
Yeah.
be
This
chipped.
is why, like, part of me is thinking it could be worth to run, like, Plot Fulber, but I'm not sure.
Plot would plot. Well, the thing is, you need to be like taunt too, though. Like you can't just plot
Yeah.
versus. Yeah, you would need to not have Will-O-Wisp then. I think if you do that. So, I mean,
And he could be Mental Herb on, like,
that
last
that
time
too.
he ran it on a Vault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
too.
think the current set is fine. I think I just have to position it, like, I have to be conscious about positioning it well.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You said that there was like 2 other mons, right? That you wanted for sure to bring.
Um, yeah, I think Ogerpon and Metacham just really
Okay.
good here.
Right, so we're
Ogerpon we've talked about. I think the 4 moves we mentioned are good.
I would say the 3 moves like stab and spikes. I don't know if necessarily U-turn would be ideal if we have like a pretty good switch into Tangrowth, because the thing is like even if we U-turn, like that theoretically does 0 damage, right? Because regenerator, and they could be helmet or something too. So
They probably are helmet, so
yeah,
I'm
they should
not
be, right.
sure.
They should be. So that's why I don't even think U-turn's even worth it here, because U-turn, that's the only Pokemon you'd be clicking in versus anyway, and you could be taking helmet and he gains the health back anyway. Like you're probably going to be doing what, like 20%, even though it's super effective, just because Tangrowth is crazy. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess
Ogerpon,
I'm trying to think what else would be the move.
U-turn.
Maybe just like Latios coverage.
It could be knock or play rough. Good.
Um, Looking at this team, like probably Knock, because Play Rough is only good against that and Kitar, and at least Knock like forces progress on other stuff. And Kitar just like it dies to all my moves.
Yeah.
Like Knock could knock off like Arcanine's boots, it could be really helpful if it
Yeah.
wants like aggressively go in on me and like it's like or could like knock off like a Pasho Berry for later. I think Knock is probably just better.
Yeah, U-turn actually does, it still does, again, under what regenerator would regen. So, yeah, I don't actually know if it's worth having U-turn here. But we could do Ogerpon real quick.
Probably isn't, and I just feel like that guy will be helmet.
Yeah, I for sure agree. So, Cudgel, are you a leech type of guy or a power-up guy?
I've changed it based on the matchup. Probably run more Power Whip, but I think in this matchup I could probably afford to run Leech.
It would be pretty much just for Palafin, right? Or maybe Terra
Yeah, I
Water
mean
if we're
I'm
just...
yeah, I'm only clicking it into like Palafin and Terra Water. So let me look at this.
This is max HP Palafin, but
I don't think it'll be bulky in this game.
no, I think Leech is probably fine because again, he can't even do this mount to you anyway. Even if you miss out on like a KO or something, he
Yeah, I
shouldn't be
think
able to
just
do.
not risking like 'cause I'm already risking miss on a lot of my other guys.
Yeah. So let's do Leech.
Yeah,
Leech is
Horn Leech
fine.
is good. I think it's also good for like if like Floor just wants to chip me down, could just I think this guy's team has a lot of like high base HP mons, so
Yeah. Um. He does have potential screeners. You could run Break Break. Um. You could run Trailblaze if you want as last slot. What did you say? You said knockoff.
yeah, I was just thinking knock for Latios, just so
Mm,
just to make like Latios not a free switch in, but again it could just be a situation where I'm just trying to get up spikes into that guy.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So you gotta. So if there's no Tangrowth here, what would be the best 4th slot? Like there's just no Tangrowth. It
Um,
would probably be like Trailblazer, right? Because this thing does two-shot everything. I guess you can't hit Lottie if you just have stab.
yeah,
Uh,
because Trailblaze would kind of need that. I mean, I'm not switching out on Latios, but I just can't do damage to it
some some
with dual stabs.
something you could do is also just like synthesis. I know there's a sand, but basically what synthesis would let you do is kind of just spike up in front of the Tangrowth and get them all up. Like I don't think Tangrowth can do over half to you unless it's like a Leaf Storm or something crazy.
I'm pretty sure Tangrowth gets like some poison coverage, but
Oh,
even
poison
then,
jab, poison jab. What do you run
oh
poison
yeah,
jab
poison
here?
jab or sludge bomb probably. Um, let's see like what sludge bomb would do to this. Yeah, sludge bomb 48 to 57. So I don't think I could do that actually.
Thing is, like, I don't know if he's gonna run a poison move necessarily, because like that's literally the only Pokemon it would be for. And he could just grass move because he could easily just be like grass move, like knock off, and then like probably like a fighting move or a ground move or something. So yeah, maybe fighting move makes sense, like focus blast or something. Um,
It'd probably be earthquake or Tinkaton, something like that.
could
Because otherwise this guy just gets walled by Tinkaton.
yeah. Um, I still think it might be worth it to get up like let's say you spike as he comes in, right? Like the second turn. So this is something I do. I don't know, like this is kind of like a mental thing, but like if I know I'm staying into spike again, even though like you would generally think it's a bad matchup, I don't spike right away. I kind of like take a second or two to kind of like make it seem like I'm thinking of switching, like what to switch into, and then I stay in. So like maybe he over predicts and clicks like knock off or something, you know. But regardless, even if you stay in the second turn to spike and he does click the poison move, you know, you'll take half if he has it. But I still think that might be worth it because of the chance of him not clicking it. Plus, you know, the extra spike is really good. Ogerpon's not going to meant to really kill, like, to win this game. Like, that's what these two guys are for, and probably Metacham. So, like, I think if you look at Spikes in the team and, like, the team he's brought, like, Spikes hits everything, right, besides these two guys. So, um, I think it might be worth to just stay in the second turn. Maybe if you want to scout, if he doesn't poison move the second time, this on the second spike, you can switch the following turn to Tinkaton because he's not going to click a ground move if you showed to stay in to kind of scout. But I think it's
Yeah,
probably
I
fine to.
definitely wouldn't get greedy and do the third spike then because I can always do it later.
Right. Yeah. So, and we can, I mean, we can make this Ogerpon if you want, just like max to speed Tylati and everything.
I think I should be trying to speed tie Lottie here.
You could,
I'm
yeah.
not sure actually. I think it's just helpful too. In case like it's a low HP Ogre Pawn and Lottie comes in to try and revenge, like just a chance of another spike could be helpful.
Or just for a knockoff just to kill it.
Yeah, that too.
I think there might be a chance. I don't know what he was last time to be Colberberry for Crook, but I don't know because like Metacham does a lot with Ice Punch. Shadow Ball is like there too. So I mean, I don't know. What do you know what the item
I don't
was?
know
Did he
what.
reveal it,
No.
or did he tell you?
Latios came in and got one shot.
Yeah, I'm
So.
saying after he didn't like show his team or anything.
Oh, no, we did not discuss teams.
Okay.
At least I don't think so. I can look in like the spoilers chat real quick, but I think we had it. Yeah, just like Palafin was modest. Yeah, like I'm just looking at it. Nothing really. Yeah, this guy was just kind of complaining about his team. He's lost 4 in a row.
Okay.
This guy was like 4-1, like plus like 21.
Yeah. So I think if you want to run this at that, I think this is fine just to be absolute max. Obviously Fizz Def Tangrowth is annoying, so I think so. You said Manacham, which I think agree, but I think probably our last slot. I mean, this can be a switch into Tangrowth, but you kind of need it too for that Florges. So, I think maybe the last slot should be a Pokemon that can probably like relatively come in on Tangrowth pretty like safely, just because that is a Pokemon that's going to be a switch into Medi and Ogerpon. So having after we spike and it comes in, having just like a pretty good switch into it, I think would be ideal here, because if we can't switch into Tangrowth, then that could be a problem.
Yeah, my only concern is this 5 also doesn't handle T-Tar very well. That's kind of why I brought Crook in the last matchup, just because I thought it did really well into... It was just a reliable T-Tar switch in, Tread switch in, took
Oh,
some
okay.
pressure off Ogerpon.
Okay, yeah.
But I guess with Ogerpon also, because we're probably treating it as the Palafin switch in, we want to maybe make sure it doesn't get like two-shot by like a, I don't know, like a close combat if we can avoid that scenario. Close combat does a lot.
I actually think the last slot here could be like Shuka Cobalion. I think that's a pretty good switch into like Treads or Tyranitar with like maybe like Thunderwave and something. And I mean, you could even make it like Rocks if you want. If you want to put another slot on Tinka, I'm not sure. Rocks on Tinka seem pretty good though, because I think you'll be able to get them out pretty easily.
Yeah, because I think like basically if it's coming in on Florges and Florges like wishing up, I can just Rocks are just so free because
Yeah.
like if I'm doing damage, just getting Wish Healed back anyways.
Yeah.
In that situation specifically, I just think Rocks are so free because I'm
Yeah.
not that worried about Florges. Like I don't need to lock it into Wish. It's not gonna do that much to me anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Cobalion does look solid here though. Just another way to threaten you guys for Spectre is solid, and it's got good like defenses, natural defenses. So you could switch it in to Tyranitar unless he just goes for a raw fighting move for some reason. I think Shuka would be the item for these two guys if we do bring it. Um, I think that's probably the best slot to round out this team specifically. I don't think maybe it's like better than Crocodile. Like Crook Scarf looks really good here, but I just don't think that really fits this build that
Yeah,
we
I get
have.
that.
So
Cobalion is just helpful here. I'm just trying to think of because Tinkaton's the main like Spadef guy, right?
yeah, I mean,
Um,
you so like you could be like more physically defensive, right? If you're using it to switch into T-Tar. Again, we have. That was another reason too. I said like synthesis, just because if you do run synth, it does give you kind of like an infinite switch to Palafin. Like you never have to really worry about Palafin.
yeah, I do think Synth is probably better just looking at the Palafin calc because CC does 58 to 69 if it's Jolly not banned.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's helpful to have.
Yeah, and again, hopefully like spikes are up and they should switch and you can just safely recover. So like you're getting chip anyway every time it comes in.
Yeah, and I mean the hope is that eventually it clicks a water move and doesn't predict. But I think having Synth for the situation where they click CC, or they click Zen Headbutt, which might be their click because I have a cool fish on my team. Zen Headbutt, let me actually see the calc on that. If that's something I can calc to live 2 of. It does 39 to 46. I guess we could try and live 2 after rocks and take some out of attack, but...
So this is from Pet Bandit, you said, or just...
This is from just Jolly Palafin.
Oh, regular? Okay.
Yeah, trying to live like 2 Zen Headbutts after rocks, but that might take a little bit more EVs than I'd like.
You'd be at 44.
It takes 48 EVs, like 4 HP and 44,
defense.
44 defense does it.
So you could, if you want to just take the attack out. Another thing too, though, if we do run Synth over Knock, I don't think we actually have to speed tie the Lottie. Like, it doesn't really make sense because we don't touch it.
I guess we could creep down 2 treads here.
Yeah. So that's what, 342 or something?
Yeah, so 343 is what we need to hit. I can put the remaining... Yeah, so it'd be like 4, 36, 44 for the first 3, and then the rest in speed.
Like that?
Yeah, it makes sense. I just think
it
helps to be able to live 2 Zen Headbutts after rocks, because I don't want to... I'd rather not lose to like, because like I think Scarf Palafin like could come, so...
Yeah, and you have ways to, like, you have a good switch in Nalati. Cobalion, if we're the last slot, can also switch in Nalati, so not speed tying Lottie and having knock might not be as big as a deal anyway. You have something faster than Lottie,
Yeah.
obviously.
Also,
So
like Meloetta switches into Lottie. Like I'm completely fine with Lottie being in.
yeah. So um so it's just with this spread, like, and no like boosting or anything, like maybe like a Fizdef, like obviously Tangrowth stops you, but like even like a Fizdef Audino. I'm not really too sure if you two shot it, but again, I don't think that's a huge deal. I guess switching into Medi could be a bit tricky if they just go into like T-Wave or something. But even then, like even if you get T-Wave, like you still get to attack the next turn. Like
Yeah, I'd
so,
probably go into Cobalion
yeah, that
on
too. Yeah,
Audino.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
because if we're bringing Cobalion here, which I think makes sense,
Hmm.
I usually have brought Cobalion. I've brought like Terra Water Cobalion like 4 times since I picked it up, just because it helps versus
That's probably what.
offensive
Yeah,
fires.
that's probably what I would show, even if we plan on terroring Meloetta. Which you might not have to. Like, oh, it's giving you a boost, yeah, but maybe like we have Cobalion with Terra Blast Water just in case Arcanine is there and you want to kill it. Like that could be
Yeah, I
worth,
think just having that measure for Arcanine could just be helpful. Arcanine's really scary into the
Right?
guys I'm bringing,
Yeah, you have no resist, so
because
no fire
yeah, the
resist.
main thing with Arcanine is like between like Cobalion and Crook here, like I'm either bad into Tangrowth or bad into Arcanine. So
Yeah, and I do think Arcanine is coming in once you get Tinkin. So like as you rocks, Arcanine comes in, and then like might be a bit tricky because we don't have a fire resist if Cobalion is the
yeah,
last
that's
slot.
why I might be thinking that Crook is better here, but I'm not sure.
Well, technically, like Arcanine's faster and can just Flare Blitz into CC to kill you too. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
think you maybe like
If Crook comes, it's Scarf in my opinion, but
yeah I mean that would just be like a very offensive team, which sometimes it's
well,
like
I ran Scarf into him last time
yeah,
for kind of that
yeah, I know.
scenario.
Yeah, yeah. This team's very. I mean, you had the what's it called last time, but the Delmas. Um, whoa, what happened to your EVs, by the way?
I think that was on a premature team. I think I had the rest of the EVs. Yeah, I did on the team I actually brought.
Oh, okay. um, but yeah, it's up to you. I personally think Cobal would be better than Crook, but I could see why Crook just because Arcanine is scary. Um, I mean, if Arcanine is Scarf though too, that could be a bit troubling because two Flare Blitzes probably kill you anyway.
Yeah,
But
I
anyways,
noticed my opponent led a lot of Palafin late in the season, but then led Arcanine into me, so
I think you're leading Ogerpon here regardless because
I think that's fair.
you're
I think Ogerpon in Arcanine there is like a good matchup for me, because
of
I can
course.
probably
I
if Tangrowth isn't there, I cudgel. If Tangrowth is there, I spike. I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, let's do moves I'm gonna champ. So CC obviously, what did you have last time? Trail Bullet Ice Punch. So Ice Punch obviously makes sense for the Latios. The thing is you're slower, so does Draco Meteor not just kill you? Let me see. I guess it's for
No,
predicting if you think they're gonna go hard into Latios. Latios, let's just check. Let's check Soul Dew, because that's pretty popular nowadays. Soft Sand. Yeah, so it's just you guys kill each other, but he's faster. So that Ice Punch is there for the prediction, which I
it
mean,
was there for that. It was also there for yeah, it was there for Tangrowth. And also like if I'm Trailblazed.
yeah. Oh yeah, that too, because you did have Trailblaze. I think CC does more to tank growth, but I'm just trying to see how much you do.
It does more. I
Yeah,
think it does like
you do
because
two
Ice
shot it,
Punches. Yeah,
so that's actually not
this
even such an
mon's so crazy.
yeah.
I love this guy.
So you did have Bullet Punch as your way to hit like the Florges.
It's Revenge set up T-Tar also.
Mm-hmm. I guess CC hits everything. I guess you don't really hit Fickle Bolt that hard.
Um, yeah, I suppose not. I mean, we could always change up the moves just depending on because like this new team is kind of bad into like uh different guys, so could maybe change up. I mean, CC obviously.
I mean, I like the Trailblaze because, yeah, like if you're faster, it's just again, Palafin's alive. Like you're always gonna have Jet Punch there to, like, especially after you CC, like you're gonna die to Jet Punch probably. So
But yeah, I'm always dying to jet punch, but
yeah, I wonder if like, so this might kind of seem like a crazy ass thing, but like what about like just so does anything wall your stab like completely? I
uh,
guess Lottie.
Latios is the only one.
Okay, what if you're CC Ice Punch? Mm, so I was gonna say you could do some crazy shit like I've ran this before where you run like CC Ice Punch and then like your bulk up recover with like like you're very bulky because its attack is so high. But I mean, just
I could like try, cause like I guess that works into, I guess that comes in on like Arcanine, right? In a way, like it can do that.
yeah, you would just get
But I'm worried about Wisp there.
yeah you could just get burned. So maybe just going the attacking route is better. I mean I think the four moves you had make sense. I don't think there's any other move I think might be better besides
Yeah,
maybe
I just
like
don't know if I have the room to set up with this guy
yeah no.
against this team. Like it's kind of it's often pressured, but it's also pressuring like the opposite side. So
Yeah, and CC is completely. I think you just run CC and then you have. I think you might need Zen Headbutt, just because like so CC is completely free. Like CC into another move kills everything but Latios, right? Literally kills everything.
yeah,
So they're only switching, which is going to take a good chunk from CC, and then again we have so many switch ins to Latios, so that's why I think it's good to have a cover move for just like Zen Headbutt or something over like probably Trailblaze. I don't think Trailblaze again is really necessary, just
yeah. Looking at it
because.
again, like it's just not that helpful. Weirdly, in the last matchup into no jet punch, it kind of was, but
Yeah, I want to see if CC kills into Zen kills. Okay, yeah. What am I saying? It's gonna kill it. Yeah, it definitely kills it. So yeah, I think just stab, ice punch, bullet punch makes sense here. And then you're
yeah.
realistically gonna just be clicking CC every time this thing is in. So into like
I
another
guess
move.
trying to think like what is ice punch, like what am I trying to do with that, like am I ever clicking ice
That's
punch? I
that's
guess if
just
I'm
for.
killing tank growth and I can try and stay out of range of Palafin.
Oh yeah, that
um
too. Yep.
but I do think bullet punch is really helpful here
Yeah.
because it's just another anti, like it's in another anti T-tar measure,
Yeah. I
like for
agree.
setup for +1 or for Scarf Florges also.
Yeah. Do you remember what this HP is for?
I think this HP was to live. I think it was for the opening sequence for the
Arcanine?
for for Arcanine, but I ended up being -1 anyway. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. And again, I
Uh,
don't think we're leading this guy this turn. So this
no,
time.
we're not this time. I
Yeah.
mean, last time I thought it kind of made sense as a lead, just because it. I mean, it just killed everything, so I was like, why not lead it? But I think
Yeah.
Ogerpon kind of fits better into what we're trying to do with the lead here.
Agree for sure. And again, he might lead Palafin, so that's just free spike. Is
Yeah,
they do have a
lead
spinner.
Palafin is
Obviously,
like
we didn't really talk about the spinner, but so I'm trying to think what he spins on exactly. It has to be this guy.
it's probably Tinkaton, yeah,
Yeah, because he could bring it in
but
because expecting rocks too to spin.
yeah. I guess the thing with that is though, it just gives Ogerpon a free turn, so
That's true. Like if he just spins, you bring Ogre Palm, but then you force him out immediately. So you could spike again if you want, or just attack. So that's not really a
yeah,
big deal.
I think it's like because the main thing is I want to make sure Cobalion can hit that guy,
What the
because
treads?
then like yeah,
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
just because like whether that's Aura Sphere or Body Press, which I've run a lot of Body Press this season, just because it's the strongest move it can kind of get. Albeit maybe into this
CC.
team, like I'm not sure, but
I mean,
uh,
I think you just run like CC or well, fighting move, and then. Mm,
I
I think
probably
it's more of a
want.
support, like CC, like maybe Thunderwave. I think like CC Thunderwave.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I probably want maybe not CC to be honest, just because I think Body Press does about the same damage if I'm defensive.
Yeah. Hold on. Give me one. All right. Sorry about that cut. I just had to use the bathroom. So we were talking about Cobalion, right? The types of moves.
I think that, and I don't know if we've decided on a fourth move for Meta Gem yet. I guess Ice Punch would
Yeah,
be it.
I do think Ice Punch is probably the best slot. Unless like you want to also run like Fake Out, just extra insurance like Fake Out plus to go before Palafin, and not have be like a resisted hit. That's probably like the only other slot. And I mean, honestly, I could see Fake Out being worth because I don't really know like if you're ever gonna click Ice Punch, like unless.
That's what I'm trying to think about because like Latios is outspeeding me anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't want to take the drop, it's your accurate move to like finish off something like, you know, Tangrowth or whatever is low, Audino, I don't know. Um, but it's up to you. I would lean Fake Out, but I don't think there's a big difference. I think either is okay. Oh, I get
Yeah,
taunt too. What the heck?
yeah. I'm pretty sure I have 6 taunt users, so
Yeah. Well, I don't even think you'd
kind of
be taunting though with the meta gem this game. You would just kill it instead. So, yeah. I think it's between Ice Punch or Fake Out, but it's up to you.
yeah. I'm just trying to think of like would I be in a scenario where I'm trying to finish off like what would I be trying to finish off? Like I guess Tangrowth in a way.
Yeah, maybe Fake Out into CC kills, or again, it would just be good for Palafin too if you need chip.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Thing
much
is
it
like
though.
Latios is probably yeah. I suppose it helps into like trying to kill. I think trying to kill something and stay out of range with Jet Punch is probably important.
Yeah, or maybe like even Fake Out into Bullet Punch could be like Lottie range too if it's like, you know, chipped. That could also be a
Maybe.
thing. So
Could also consider Brick Break because you mentioned potential screeners. I think this would probably be the slot to use that on.
so what? So yeah, that could be a thing too. The thing is though, like the screeners are like Florges and like maybe Audino. So well, Florges only gets one screen, right? I think I looked it up before. I think it only gets like light screen. It doesn't even get reflect.
Latios gets both, I think.
Yes, that's true. Latios can be one. I forgot. But again, you're not brick breaking. Mm, you could if you want to be safe. Like I said, I don't really think this last slot is a huge deal what we go with. So if you want to protect versus, I like the idea if you want to protect versus screens too. Yeah. We don't really know what he brought last
Um,
time, so it's kind of
yeah,
hard.
I'm not sure. Maybe I can. I might just have keep Ice Punch on there for now, but if I have a
Okay.
sudden change of heart,
Yeah, yeah, that's
uh,
fine, of course.
I think all those moves like make sense though.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Let's do Cobal. I do think showing Terra Water is the obvious slot here over the
Yeah,
other ones. Stealing
you
just
just have
very.
to, even if it just discourages Arcanine from staying in, that's helpful.
Yeah.
One of the things I was thinking about is like, does Iron Press work? Like, cause a lot of the ways this guy hits me, that hits Cobalion are physical. Cause like Latios kind of hits me. I mean, it hits me decent, but
You could.
it need to Luster Purge. Otherwise, like Florges is slower.
Well, yeah, you could just be Iron Press and then. Are you talking about like Rest Talk or just like Iron Press as the.
I was thinking just Iron Press as like 2 moves.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Heavy Slam could probably hit Latios anyway for coverage, and for just obviously.
Yeah, because Fighting Steel hits everything except Vikavolt.
Yeah, I like that sound honestly. I mean, it is another like setup Pokemon, but it's not a big
I mean, I
deal.
only have 2 setup Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
So
think, because I think Iron Defense, like, I don't think I'm clicking rocks with this guy. I'm probably clicking, like, because the thing with Iron Defense is it's helpful into, like if I just have a free turn on Tangrowth and I think Treads is coming in, or I think, like, Arcanine
I
is
think
coming
yeah, I
in.
think it's most certainly Arcanine every time. You could also be like Terra Blast last slot if you want to, like over like Thunderwave, but it's up to you.
I'm not sure. I think Thunder Wave could be better just for the, or even Volt Switch.
Well, the thing is, I think we should have something that you can click in front of Arcanine, because if you click Volt Switch, like we said, like you're pretty much gonna sack him on. I think.
Yeah, I guess it would be Body Press in front of Arcanine,
Yeah,
but
or just like T-Wave it first, maybe, and then go for it, just so it's not
Yeah, I guess it depends on if we want to outspeed it or not. Because Arcanine's got to run max speed here. I mean, that's like it has to outspeed Crocomello at a Tinkaton.
Yeah, you could also be Akaberry. I think I suggested Chocoberry for like these guys, so you don't really have a threat into them. You can just switch it in every time, but you could run Aka if you're scared of Arcanine too.
I think Shuka probably makes more sense, just because by the time I'm +2 with Cobalion, Flare Blitz is like doing a lot, but not like that much.
Yeah, for that reason, I feel like he might. Well, special, no, not really. I mean, yeah, I know you have intimidate users, but like, first off, you're special. Like, you're not doing anything related to Arcanine anyway, or to Quillfish anyway. But I think things like Tinkaton and Cobalion have higher. Well, no, Cobalion higher defense. So this would be a reason why he might be like Flamethrower, but Tinkaton's like the opposite. So he could be special. You don't really know.
I would probably just anticipate physical into my team, but
Yeah, I do. I think so too. That makes sense. So you want to go with Thunder Wave, you said, or what's the last slot?
I'm trying to think. So, like, I mean, like, should I go special? Probably not, because I want to hit Latios with Heavy Slam.
Yeah, no, I think this is physical for sure.
How much is Heavy Slam doing to, like, I want to see the base power on it. It's probably like 100.
To Lottie.
Yeah, it's 100 base power, which is worth it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. How much is it doing? Heavy Slam. That's max attack though. I mean, that's still doing a good chunk though.
I mean, if I'm max Fizdef, max Fizdef +2 body press kills offensive Arcanine, and it also dodges the Intim drop. So
You do have to, if you are max defense, obviously he's going to be faster, so you could get burned or something. But
true. But even then, like, it even kills after some chip, because like just pure max defense to offensive does 106 min. So
yeah,
even if that guy's chipped a little bit, which is entirely probable, because it's switching it on Tinkaton, it could switch into a Nox. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know what the last slot would be here though. I don't really. Oh, it gets vacuumed too. I forgot about that. I don't know if it would use it for anything here though.
I don't know. I brought it once to lead Meow, but I don't think it works here.
No, well, yeah, I think it would just be T-Wave. T-Wave or Taunt, no. Let's sub Iron Defense work here.
I don't think sub is worth. I think I should be running a good amount of speed in this matchup, just because, like, look at its speed tier, and I'd rather, like, because I like to be in on, like, a lot of these guys. I think it should just be Heavy Slam, Body Press, Iron Defense, and I guess, like, I'm trying to think of what other situation would, like, require me to...
Roar? Would you ever roar anything? Is anything, like, threatening? You could roar... Maybe, like, Florges is setting up with, like, if he's, like, Terra Water. Yeah, but you Iron Defense, Body Press that, though.
Yeah, main thing is these moves don't hit a Vikavolt, so I'm trying to think about that.
Okay, you could run a rock move for it if you want. Could just be Toxic instead of Thunder Wave if you want to. Toxic isn't bad. The only immunity is something you'd Body Press, so.
Yeah, I think Toxic helps into like if Autono wants to stay in on me, like, because like even a Toxic into Arcanine is really helpful because that's just chipping it in range of like
Literally
like
everything.
like all of these suits. I know, because I think, like, from what I remember, Arcanine offensively, if it takes even a little bit of chip, it's in range of Spectre, so.
Yeah. I like Toxic. Toxic's not bad.
Yeah, it also helps against, like, an Iron Press T-Tar itself.
True. Yeah, true.
Which, does kind of beat the rest of my team.
Yeah. Iron Press, huh? Well, you have the Focus Blast. That's really it, though. Unless he's like faster than you, that'd be really bad. But that's what happened to my last one. Like the opponent had like almost a max speed Raging Bolt for just no reason. I just don't get it. So 265, yeah. So he'd have to be pretty fast. He'd have to be Jolly, I think, right? Or no, he could be like max speed Adamant, I guess. But he really shouldn't be faster. So
I'm just trying to look at the moves with Cobalion and just consider if there's anything
You might need to keep
better than Toxic.
You might need to keep Cobal too in case like T-Tar's like DD, because doesn't DD T-Tar kind of just kill everything?
Yeah, I mean Cobalion is the way around that
Yeah,
because it
so you have the Shuka. So I guess he could be the fighting move instead, like knock off. But like Earthquake hit makes sense for this guy too. So
thing is if he's superpower, then he's like probably if he's superpower, he's in range of Bullet Punch, I think.
yeah,
Because the fighting move
I
is
would run.
superpower, and superpower puts it -1 defense in range of Bullet Punch from Metachamp.
Well, he can run low kick. I think low kick is fine too, right? Instead of
What is
superpower.
it? It's Tyranitar. I'm just looking at
Work
like
Cobalion.
how much like with low kick kill.
I think it's 120 base power probably, if I had to guess.
It is.
Yeah. But also
But
like what?
I mean, Cobalion is so like
But like
that
what would he?
it's not even dying to low kick if it's max fizz def.
Yeah, I don't really know what he's DDing on. Like I guess if you want to not risk the Meloetta, like you would switch out maybe. And then
Yeah, I
Spectre, you
think
can always Will-O-Wisp it or something if you want to protect against it. So yeah, it might be hard for that set to go off. I'm not sure.
even, but if he DDs, like, in that case, if he DDs and I'm chipped, I think I burn Terra.
Oh, for like this guy?
Yeah.
It would just be a bit scary if he like predicts that and clicks the knockoff, because then you die, I think. Actually, I don't think you die. No, you don't die. Never mind. You have way too much defense.
I do not. I take 57 max.
So do you want to be like max defense, or do you want speed and like HP?
I think I might want speed and HP and then the rest in defense is just what I'm thinking. Well, I also might need some, I don't know, we might need to do a lot of different things with this guy. Just because of I think speed is helpful for a lot of these guys really.
So yeah, so that's the first thing. What would you want your speed to be here?
I mean, I think I can probably afford to underspeed. I want to outspeed Arcanine is my main thing.
Okay, so you want to just go like 319?
Yeah, probably. I mean, because I think I can afford to underspeed Palafin.
Yeah, you have Ogerpon, unless Ogerpon dies. It can die, but still. You have things that speed tie in are faster than Palafin too. It would just kind of be like a bulk up jet punch to kind of sweep you. It would be very hard if Ogerpon is dead for some reason. So that's kind of the one side that looks pretty worrying. But again, you do have Terra Water here too, so you can always use it for that.
Gorgeous.
Jolly.
Let me see. Gorgeous. Suppose Heavy Slam. Like, part of me might want some attack, but I'm not sure because it's like it doesn't change many Latios rolls. Yeah, that's no bulk is the issue.
You think you would be like max Fizdef for Desir?
And again, it kills after rocks, so like if it's max HP, it just kills after rocks.
Yeah, so I don't think you need attack for this guy, no.
Yeah, I guess the main thing would be Vikavolt, right?
Well, Vikavolt, we're just Toxicking. I don't think the attack really matters. You're not going to be doing much to it. You just Toxic, and then you probably go into, like, you know, this guy or something else. Maybe
it's just, like,
maybe
HP
even Meloetta,
defense
too.
and...
Yeah.
HP defense and, speed.
Yeah, like this, I think it's fine. I mean, you could instead of this, you could put it in Speed F if you want.
Do I want to add... Well, because I like having a higher defense stat for body press, so...
Not sure. Actually, we could go... Can we go bold to 320? No, we can't. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Cobalion's max, he can only hit 315 without a boosting speed nature, so...
Yeah, we want 319, so... Unfortunate. Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, even like versus Vikavolt, you could Toxic and then go into Meloetta too. Like, I can actually take a hit or two. Um, we do have no removal, so we can certainly be playing with Sticky Web on our side here, which is not ideal since it
Yeah,
pretty much hits everything. It does hit everything.
Sticky Web does hit everything.
So I just realized that.
I think the main thing would be, I guess, what is Vikavolt coming in on? I'm not sure if my opponent will bring Vikavolt just because I came pretty prepared for it last time, but
yeah, I mean he could just lead it with the Sash if he wants. I'm not sure. That'd be worst case. But I don't think there's anything. I mean, you could. The only thing really is like a leading with a Tauntmon, I think, but I don't know what you
like
would
if
do.
yeah, because I can't risk Ogerpon just dying to Bug Buzz.
No, exactly, no. And I don't even know if Cudgel one shots it, so you probably wouldn't even stay in.
Oh,
That
I have to switch hard out.
that
That's
would
probably the worst case
yeah
scenario lead.
that
I'd probably go Tinkaton.
that would be the worst thing, yeah.
I'd probably go Tink and Encore hit.
Yeah, that's what you did
But then
last time,
again,
right?
yeah, but they had the mental error.
But they're not gonna. I mean, they might just expect that though and switch because they'll already have the webs up if you switch into it onto the webs. That's annoying. I just thought of that.
Yeah, my team doesn't have much removal, just Dalmai's Grandpa.
That's unfortunate. I think it's okay. Like even so, let's say you're slower than like Lottie with everything. Like you still have things that could take hits from it, or like you still have like switching to Palafin too. I guess Arcanine would probably be the most troubling Pokemon if webs are up for your team, huh?
Yeah, part of that makes me want to run Fake Out on Meta Jam.
That's a good. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Just so I can, because Fake Out helps a lot with. And even then, like, Fake Out into Bullet Punch is also probably killing, like, certain, like, if, like, they're just, like, sacking a guy. Like, if they just, like, sack Meloetta, or sack Vikavolt, sorry. Like, I think, Ice Punch and Fake Out kind of can accomplish similar things depending on what the situation is.
Yeah, I mean, if like this two combo into Lottie does over half, so it's like that's really good. I don't. I think that's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
especially with like No Scarfer, like if I mean that's my way of revenging Latias. I think Arcanine. I think if it's webs, I probably Terra Cobalion, just because I have to.
Yeah,
Just because then I can like defensively answer it, and Iron Press like accomplishes similar things, I guess.
yeah. I'm trying to see like how this. So this Spectre, right? Like it's supposed to outspeed everything, but I guess you just bring it in when something's like in range, so you can get your boost going ASAP.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because like with webs up, like I think this Pokemon's not gonna really do a ton if webs are go up.
Yeah. That's my main thing.
You could make it
But then
boots
again,
if you want. I don't know.
maybe. I mean, at that point, like, it might just be like my first sack. Like, I'm not sure because honestly, because what I could do is I could switch in Spectre hard on Vikavolt because it's like taking its hits okay. Like, it can kind of trade for it.
Yeah, if it's Terra Electric, you'd probably get two shot, and then you could get one hit off. But I mean, it's still damage.
Yeah, I mean, damage to Vikavolt's helpful because then I probably just go Meloetta and click Terra, and what are they doing?
Yeah,
Because Vikavolt is also a Calm Mind target for Meloetta.
yeah. Well, also don't Terra unless like you have to too, because like you said, Cobalin Terra could be clutch here too. So like maybe if the Vicavolt's in like Ogerpon range, like maybe you just go that instead. So it's just kind of you like only want to use your Terra like if you have to. Unless like you said, unless you want to bring in Meloetta and like start setting up, sure. But if you're bringing in just to like revenge it, like Ogerpon's probably better if it kills it too.
Yeah.
Especially like I said, there's no tank growth. So, but yeah, this looks good. And just the item on Spectre, then again we can go Slow Scarf. We can go. I think you were Boots last time.
I was
Um,
boots because webs were much scarier given how important my speed was.
yeah, you did have spin at least that time though. But
I think in this situation where I'm going to be clicking Calm Mind a good bit, it could be helpful to have a defensive item.
I was gonna. Oh yeah, I think I said citrus earlier. It could be leftovers too. Um, I
I
think.
think Citrus just to help me stay out of range of Paladin. It's probably helpful because I don't think. Let me just look at Meloetta. Let me calc. What is it? 172 defense we are.
Yeah.
Paladin, and which I really just don't think this mod can be banned here.
No, certainly not.
If it's banned, I think I can really just take advantage of that. I mean, if it's banned, I just start Iron Defensing. That's the
Hmm.
main reason why I thought of Iron Defense while you were like taking a break, because I thought it's my way around like a lot of the things that like we haven't, I guess, prepared for is Iron Defense Go Palion because it can come in and do some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paladin Hero Jet Punch does 34 to 40. You probably have Banded. I
Yeah.
have Jolly not banned, just 34 to 40.
Yeah.
Wave Crash does 68 to 80. Hmm.
I mean, again, this isn't a problem if you have the other guy. So yeah, I don't, I think this is. I think the citrus is fine. Um, because
Yeah, I mean, this game's gonna be pretty offensive anyways, so like I think Citrus is just better than Leftovers.
yeah, I agree. I think this team is fine how it is. The only thing that, again, maybe is debatable is just the item on Spectre, but it's
Yeah,
because
I mean, I think this matchup overall is like it's kind of difficult, I'd say, but it just depends. Like I don't love this matchup to be honest. I was kind of hoping someone someone else would win their last week so they could be in this slot instead, but
yeah. um,
yeah, because I think that would have been a team that Spectre ran through just looking at it.
mhm.
Yeah, looks like I would have been in a no normal type matchup, so would have ran with that. But
So I think it probably is worth just to go boots here actually. Just because like
yeah,
the speed dropping is like really bad, and having something to outspeed everything is still really good. You still hit
also
really hard,
staying out
you're
of range of
modest.
Jet Punch is helpful
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I don't know.
Like you can bring this in on a
Um,
lot of things and still get the kill. So
yeah, and I'm also still like modest and all that. Yeah, I think I think just adding boots to that makes the concern of webs go from like kind of like everything to like nothing in a way.
yeah, it's definitely still sucky, but it's not certainly as bad. And even if they don't bring Vegavolt, like it's still you don't take rocks damage at least if they have rocks. So I still think it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, not taking rocks damage can be the difference between. I think, I think it's probably good into like treads. I think it allowed me. I think it might allow me to live like two treads hits, just depending on the like two treads like iron heads, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then I think when T-Tar comes into like again where you're like I think this is where you take a while, but I think your play is probably actually to Will-O-Wisp just in case he does his pursuit right away, and then switch the following turn. Because if you Will-O-Wisp on the pursuit as you stay in, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be doing too much to you. So
Let me see if Tyranitar Mega kills Spectre after with like this Wisp knockoff. Um, it has a chance to kill me
yeah,
18.8% if it's adamant. But again, I feel like it probably is like a bulkier spread here. So it's not killing me.
it should be. And then
Not
well,
even, and I think if it's not adamant, it doesn't even kill after sand, which is helpful.
yeah, pursuit kills you if you switch. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just you can say it's a 50-50, but at least you for sure get something out of burning like Will-O-Wisp if you get to play wrong. Like if you Will-O-Wisp and he knocks off compared to if you switch and he pursuits.
Yeah, because
Unless you
if I
miss.
Willow and he knocks, I'm still alive.
Yeah, or even if you die, like you still burned at least. So
Even if I figure out you're adamant and high roll me, I think that's fine because then I can just go Cobalion and start clicking Iron Defense.
yeah,
Because I'm trying to think, is there anything where I click Iron Defense and my opponent goes into that I have to switch out on?
probably
Like
just
maybe,
Vikavolt.
yeah, maybe
Like
just Vikavolt.
like you can stay into Toxic if you want, but he can hit you big with a Thunderbolt if he wants. So
Yeah, part of me is rethinking the Toxic slot because I'm just trying to think of like
well
when
even
am I actually clicking Toxic?
well the thing is even if you're like let's say Stone Edge I guess would be the hardest hitting move to Vikavolt. I don't know how much it's gonna
I
do.
mean,
Plus he can
the other
Terra.
consideration is Rock Polish, but
I would not do Rock Polish, no, because
yeah,
no, you're already pretty much almost faster and everything anyway. Um, like Stone Edge, it doesn't. This is no HP and it does barely half. Plus he can Terra, so it might be hard to have a last slot for Vikavolt.
maybe like maybe I don't, and I just like have T Wave for Arcanine, or as you said, Terra Blast for Arcanine. Because if this guy is Terra Watered, like if Arcanine it turns out is a huge threat in the matchup, I think I'd rather just like maybe Body Press doesn't do enough to it. Just because this guy gets extreme speed, so it can out-prioritize. It can out-prioritize the. I guess Bullet Punches doesn't do much to it, anyways.
Yeah, I mean Terra Blast does about like 60 to no HP, but one
Thing
boost
is,
to your body
it's in
press.
him, right?
Yeah, and then one boost to your body press, like you do way more anyway.
I suppose it's Thunder Wave, right? Just because if I get to live one Arcanine hit and do anything to it, I probably want to Thunder Wave it.
Yeah. I mean, not yeah. Especially if webs are up. If no webs are up, like a lot of the weird things outspeed it anyway. But if webs are up, then it outspeeds everything. So besides Spectre.
Yeah,
So
I think I'm gonna change it to Thunder Wave for that reason.
okay, that's fine. I think that's what I initially thought would be good, but I saw like value in everything that we suggested, so I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, and I think I do. I think I do consider going Spectre on a Vikavolt, just depending on the set, just because it applies immediate pressure. Depending on if they bring at least if they bring Latios and Florges, because that would make Tinkathon's HP much more valuable.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I think I can just go Tinkaton a bit safer because I can pretty easily handle one of those and Vikavolt. But if it's pressured by all three, like to come in and take chip, then it might be a little more difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I think this team looks really good, man. We have to go over the leads. That Vikavolt lead is very scary, but we'll see like when we get to it. So,
Yeah, this guy
um,
did lead Palafin 5 weeks in a row, so
okay. Well,
I
that
did some scouting before the last match.
that would be very good for us because that is the freest spike, literally. So versus Palafin, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. You just spike versus Treads. What do you think in here? That's the click.
Um, I don't think they stay in. I think it's okay. I'm trying to think because I think with a lot of these, it depends on if Tangrowth comes, right?
Yes.
Because if Tangrowth doesn't come, I mean, I think like Cudgel is. I still think against Treads because like, why would they switch in if
Like
it's not?
yeah, it has to be Lottie if there's no Tangrowth.
I
Well,
guess it's still probably Spikes because it could be like a Colbur Lottie because that
yeah,
covers like this guy and Crook. So
and I don't think Cudgel um two shots Fizdef ought to know if it comes, or even I don't know about Fizdef Florges too. We'll see.
yeah, I guess it's Spikes unless literally neither Tangrowth or Latios show up.
What am I looking at? Ogerpon. Okay, so Florges actually probably still gets two shot. To roll if he's lefties, you don't. And then Audino too. I don't think we'll get two shot. No. So probably spikes, I would say. And then if he like
Yeah,
rocks himself, then I guess you just attack the
I guess
following
I'm
turn.
spiking on everything except for Vikavolt, right?
Versus Lottie.
Oh, I guess Lottie as well. Lottie I switch, Vikavolt I switch. Do I
Fl-
switch on an Audino T-Wave? I really just don't expect an Audino lead though.
so hold on, let's go through everything. So okay, Latios you switch to what? Tinkaton, you think?
Yeah, has to be Tink. And
Okay.
this is my switch in. And
Florges.
I don't think they can afford to flip turn on Water Absorb.
Yeah. Florges, I don't know if you stay in either, just because like especially if it's like Terra Fairy, like you're gonna take. I mean, if he's like spec, you just die actually. If he's Terra Fairy Moonblast, so.
I suppose I can just go free take. Well, do
Um.
we? If it reveals non-Terra Fairy, do I stay in? That's my question.
Well, but and what? Just spike? You're saying?
Yeah, like if it reveals non-Terra Fairy, could I just like heal past it in a way?
You could spike, but then like obviously he can do way over half to you if he specs. You won't die to anything though, which is good. So, and that's obviously information for you later that he's specs. So, if he's not Terra Fairy, yeah, I would probably stay in and just. He can run like toxic and stuff, right? Because it's NatDex, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can't. I wouldn't really like predict that, but I guess that's possible. Yeah, I would probably spike unless it's Terra Fairy. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's most of the time I'm switching into Tinkaton, into whatever comes, like whatever else leads.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I think the one situation I think I cudgel is Arcanine lead, no tank growth.
Arcanine
Just
low tank growth.
because then, like that could be a very telegraphed Will-O-Wisp, right? And so I'm trying to get and I don't really switch into that guy, so I think I just try and get the value out of it
I mean,
by just cudgel.
he really shouldn't stay in though. Like Cudgel just kills him, even if you're -1. Unless he's like very. I guess if he's bulky, he doesn't die. And run. Yeah, if he's bulky. So I would. Yeah, I would probably. That's what you said. Yeah, like if there's if there's Tangrowth, I think you
No
just
tank
spike.
growth. If
Yeah.
there's tank growth, I don't think they have much of. If there's tank growth, it's probably an even freer switch into that guy because I'm -1. But
Yeah. Yeah. I think you just spike for sure. Versus T-Tar, you should spike. Like there's no reason why they should let you just basically kill it. So I think just
yeah,
spike there. Vikavolt, like you said. Uh,
I can't go Meloetta because they can just Bug Buzz and I'm not Terran yet. I think it
yeah.
has to be either Spec or Tinkaton.
How much are you taking from? Let's see.
I guess it depends on how valuable Spec looks on preview, right? Because if they have Autono, then I'm more willing to like. If they have Autono, then I'm more willing to lose Spectre in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you.
So
The thing is, so like you go Spectre, they let's say they sticky web or something. They just probably go T-Tar, right? The following turn if there's no Autono anyway. So like, what would you click turn 2 versus the Vikavolt? Would you just click Shadow Ball
yeah, well, if there's no Autono, I'm probably going Tinkaton.
on Vikavolt?
Yeah,
Okay, that's fair. Again, just probably rocks up.
I just mostly just because I don't know what else it could go.
Yeah. So that just would mean like Latios is a little bit scarier, but again, it's still not the end of the world. Like you have things that are faster, things that can naturally take a hit. So it's not.
Yeah, I think like I'm not out of all mons, like I'm not worried about Latios because Meloetta is just a natural check to it with its bulk.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm no defensive investment at all, I still think Draco doesn't 2-hit KO me. Like 2 Dracos like probably isn't 2-hit KOing me.
No, especially with Citrus. So.
Oh yeah, with Citrus, no way.
Yeah. So. Okay, that's fair. So yeah, I would go Tinkaton then. If there's no Autono.
Yeah,
Versus
I guess I'm
Vikavolt.
just like not that worried about because if I can use Tinkaton, like if the situation needs, I'm totally willing to use. Because like Meloetta can take on some of the things Tinkaton can, but not the Vikavolt. So I guess the Vikavolt specifically is something I want to have Tinkaton for.
Right. Makes
So
sense.
I guess it's never spec.
Yeah. I think Tink makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Versus Tangrowth, like. Okay. Again, this is one of those things where like. You should switch, right?
I probably should go hard Cobalion.
I feel like they click knockoff turn 1 if you're Ogerpon. So I mean the justified boost doesn't really like help you too much, but you could if you don't care about your item.
I mean, I suppose it might.
Like do you really think he's gonna poison move when you have 2 steals versus Ogerpon turn 1? Like I don't.
Probably not.
He shouldn't. I don't know this player at all though. I don't know if he's. Usually he's led Palafin like every game, so he might not be like the best player. So I don't know if he would just like attack what's in front of him.
This guy's pretty good. I see this guy's server rolls. He has like 2 chips, so he's probably not bad.
Yeah. So like I think poison move turn 1 would be kind of crazy. I don't think you take too much from a grass move, so it could be worth, man, just to spike turn 1 versus a Tingrowth, but if you want to be safe, then you can go Cobalion. There's not really a problem.
Yeah,
so.
I guess I'll just try to think that one out. I'm just sort of going through the ideas.
Yeah, because then the second turn he might, like, you know, poison move or do something for your Ogerpon as you switch. So I don't know. But that's up to you. I think either spike or just Cobalion has to play. And then versus Audino lead.
I mean, I'd be stunned if that Pokemon led, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I would think it'd be like either Thunder Wave or Knock, probably. Probably Thunder Wave, right? There's no immunity, so.
Well, yeah, it's probably T-Wave. I think I do go Tinkaton on that, though.
Yeah, just get paired. That's fine. Yeah, speed's not
I'm
really
fine with getting paired with Tinkaton, though.
Yeah, until you get fully paired like 4 times.
Yeah.
Then you just play in the hacks. So.
I did get fully paired like 4 times on like a static Hisuian Electric with my Metacham.
Oh, dang, that sucks.
Yeah, to be fair, I hacked him back that game.
Yeah, there you go. Worth it. So, we didn't really discuss like the possible Terror types, but I don't think any of them really like cause problems for our team.
Yeah,
I think probably just
Terror types are that like amazingly selected. I think they're probably just stabs. I mean, they were both stabs last time.
Yeah, I do think it's
like
gonna be stabs.
Defensively, steel typing like doesn't really help into my guys. Like if you're that scared of Crook that you run Terra Steel Vikavolt, like okay.
Yeah.
But I still do have 2 fighting types.
Or maybe like if they want to go Terra Steel for like Tinkaton for like Florges or something, if they expect, you know, if Tinkaton to be the answer to Florges, which it should be, so they might go Terra Steel there. But again, you have Encore,
I suppose that could be it, but even then I'm not that concerned because I do have a Meloetta.
Yeah. So I think you're good here, man. I think this team's really good. I think you have a good chance. I think, you know, I think your lead is pretty solid. Again, Vikavolt lead would kind of suck. Did he lead Vikavolt last time? I don't remember.
No, it was an Arcanine lead.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, crazy. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if like you want to like show the
No, it's okay. No, I don't, because the team's completely different. I don't want to. Maybe like when I go over the replay, I can do some like sort of like comparisons, but here, no, I don't think
it was a pretty whack game.
Yeah, like you just like swept him with Meloetta. It wasn't really worth, but I think.
But I was behind until that point, so it was kind of a weird sequence.
Yeah, I think this team is good. But I don't know. Do you have any other concerns, or you think we're good here? I think this team is well thought out, bro. Like, I think this is what, quarterfinals or something.
This is quarterfinals.
Oh hell yeah! I think you got this, man. Really?
Yeah, I had a good season. So, I mean, I do want to win though. Obviously.
Yeah. Have you won a league before?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just one though. I'm pretty new to draft.
Okay, good. You're making playoffs. You're winning. That's good. So, but if there's nothing else, I think we're good to wrap it up here. So.
Yeah, I go positive most of the time, but I guess I've only won once.
Hey man, just go. My goal every league is just to make playoffs because that means you're like better than like your top half. So. I think that's a successful season. Yeah. Obviously, winning feels nice though. I don't blame you.
I was 3rd seed, so I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, thank you for coming on, man. Hopefully, you get that dub. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for doing this.
Of course, and like I tell everyone too, if I get through everyone and you want to do it again, I'm down to have you on again. So, and I appreciate you trying to help me yesterday too with the whole sound thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do play tomorrow, so I'll send you the replay. You'll probably have it.
Yeah, this video will probably go up Saturday, so
yeah,
it should be good. So, anyways, thank you guys a ton for watching the builder. We'll see you in the replay. Peace. All right, guys, we're here for the battle with Klyze. One last look at the paste. So pretty much, game plan is just try to get some hazards, and then pretty much win with Spectre and get Metacham in as much as possible to. Basically claim a KO. So looking at the team, he actually brought both of his Terra captains. Let's check those Terra types real quick. Let's see. So we have, for him, we have Terra Steel on Florges and Terra Steel on both Vikavolt and Florges. Okay, interesting. So we lead with Ogerpon versus Treads. This is a good lead for us. They actually show Actually, they might not be Scarf because I don't think we're at fully max speed now, so they could just be very fast. Volt Switch, you probably just get up a Spike. Correct, very nice. In comes Lottie, we go Tinkaton. And they go for Lesser Prayers. They get the drop, so we probably have to attack. Let's see. Citrus Ray pops, so we're pretty healthy. Okay, he gets up rocks. So yeah, like I said, the game plan for sure was to, get up hazards as much as possible. But because of that Luster Purge drop, Mystical Fire does two-shot us, even after the Citrus. It does 54. So I think because of the drop, it's actually in our best interest just to knock off here and get rid of the thing's item. We can always get up rocks later. And again, it's NatDex, so they have defoggers and spinners on their team. So there's a chance that they can just get rid of the hazards. I think without the drop, we're like safe to live 2 hits, so we can get up rocks and then attack the next turn if they want to switch. But because of the drop, which I think is 50%, right? So it's not even like hacks or anything. I think it would have been better just to force a knockoff here, because even if they switched out Lottie on the knockoff, like we're still getting an item and we still have a spike up already regardless. So I definitely think Klyze had to be a little bit more aggressive in this situation and just knock off and get rid of an item. Don't expect to switch, because if he just stays in like he does here, then we get 2-shot, and now I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to switch. Yeah, he does switch. So we go Meloetta, take a special attack drop, which is not ideal because we're special this game, and the Lottie shows flip turn. Interesting. We Calm Mind, which it's a good play. It's not bad. They go into floor. That's another reason too why I like rocks. Like they can just be boots on a lot of things too, which is kind of unfortunate. But we go Meloetta. They go boots Florges. We go for another Calm Mind, which that's fine because I don't think a regular attack would just be doing anything even if we turn normal. So this is a Calm Mind's good here. They do show defog on Florges again, NatDex, so a bit of annoying, but certainly we probably okay. Yeah. So I was gonna say like this Meloetta is only 3 like Calm Mind 3 attacks. So I think at +1, like I think you just get your damage on Florges, because damage on Florges could be good for pretty much things like Ogrepon or Spectre or literally like Metacham too. And you don't want to like have them slow Baton Pass, for example, and then they go into something faster that's a physical attacker and probably just kill us. Or even if they just wish and then go into something like a physical attacker, like Treads or Arcanine, like even if we hit them the following turn, they'll live, get the wish up, and then be faster than us and do a lot of damage because, yeah, actually that just killed us, which is crazy. That's probably Bandit if I had to guess, but yeah, so I think just going for too many Calm Minds there was a little bit of an issue. I think once you have your boost like this, like you just throw off an attack, man, get your damage, get some worth out of this setting up here, because if you just take all these turns to Calm Mind, he literally defogs and he gets an Arcanine, he kills you. Like we just don't make any progress early, and it's a bit troubling because Arcanine, like I said, is very scary for us, and now we don't have any hazards. We lost our designated terror choice. We do still have the Cobalion though, so I'm assuming that's Bandit though. Damage, you probably calc that, so we can go Manacham here and just get off an attack. He does sack the Arcanine, so that's nice for us because Arcanine was a big problem. They go back into Latios, so now we're going to have to sack the Tinkaton. We probably died just Purge into Mystical Fire. Yeah, we do. So, unfortunate there. We go Spectre, though. No Ghost Resist. And, okay, so Lottie actually shows Sash, which, again, like I said, just knocking off this thing's item, that would have mean, like, this thing would have died. We would have got a boost, and honestly, with this boost right here, like Spectre is going to be claiming things because they can go Florges, but it's defog Baton Pass, so it's probably got Moonblast unless the last move is like Synthesis or something. That doesn't really beat our Spectre. So again, had we get this boost too, like we're probably doing at least half to Florges. So that's where that play like early comes into effect. You got to kind of just realize like when you get the drop, like you need to get something out of Tinkaton's, because if you just get 2-shot. Kind of same thing with Meloetta. We didn't really get anything out of Meloetta. We didn't really get anything out of Tinkaton either. It set rocks and then he defogged, and Meloetta Tinkaton didn't do anything else. So that's 2 Pokemon already for Klyze's side that really just didn't do anything this game at all. So definitely something to check back on, and kind of as long as he can kind of see like the problem with what I'm saying, then that's all that really matters. So we go Spectre now, and so yeah, +1 we would have been doing probably around like mid 40s to maybe like 50 on a high roll. and we get a spit dash drop. So you know, we would have just two-shot this Lord, just had the Lottie died before, but it's all good. We go Ogerpon on the Moonblast, and yeah, Cudgel unfortunately doesn't take it out. So yeah, was there? Yeah, so it's another thing here too, like knockoff on Lottie I was talking about with Tingaton, and then had we just attacked that one turn and we were +1 on Meloetta on this guy, then Ivy Cudgel would have taken it out. It wouldn't have lived on 9%. So there's definitely just chip is very important on things. So we go Medicham, we go for a fake out. I don't really like fake out here. Not that it really matters because he stayed in, but I think you just never fake out when you're faster. Like, just in case they switch and save the Florges for whatever reason, like you want to just hit like close combat probably, just to do a lot of damage to something if he switches. But he stayed in and attacked the Florges, so it's not a big deal. Vigavolt comes in and we go for Zen Head, but I do a lot of damage, and they show Iron Defense with leftovers. So yeah, this thing does have Roost too because it's NatDex. So yeah, I think because we took off Toxic, right? Yeah, we took off Toxic on Cobalion. Oh, that sucks. If we had Toxic on Cobalion, I think you certainly go it here, and then you Toxic on probably the Roost this turn. Well, it Roost as we go Cobalion, then you Toxic on probably just like an electric hit or something, and then like, with whole like fake out and stuff, like Toxic will wear it down pretty, pretty bad, and then I think probably Spectre plus Medicham would probably win this game, but we don't have Toxic on Cobalion, so I think he just has to flinch the Vikavolt. I don't really think there's another play because he does show Roost. Shadow Ball will do a good chunk, but we died to an attack here, right? 48 discharge. Yeah, I think this Vikavolt's gonna win, right? We need a flinch or a crit from Zen Headbutt. Fake out solid, get some like 5% after leftovers, and then flinch. No flinch. So I think this Vikavolt does end up winning here. Yeah. Wow, I hate that he says GG's unless 3 flinches. Like, people who say GG early is crazy, but whatever. We go Cobalion, but yeah, our Cobalion doesn't really do anything to this Vikavolt, unfortunately. Yeah, we just lose. So, a bit unfortunate. I definitely think we had the tools to win this game. They didn't even get in their Palafin form. But it's just those 2 turns with the Tinkaton versus Lottie and then Meloetta versus Florges. Just like I said, getting pretty much nothing out of 2 Pokemon it's going to be very hard to win the game when that happens. So, but he like I said, he's new. He's pretty new, and he hasn't been playing for that long. So, it's just stuff you'll learn as you play more. It's not really a big deal. I don't think like he got smashed or anything. It's just I think those few couple turns will just kind of change the game completely. And I think had he knocked and had he attacked the Meloetta, I think he actually wins this game like pretty easily, because this Vikavolt would not be able to do what it did. And then with Vikavolt gone, Cobalion is just Cobalion pretty much kills the rest of the Pokemon. So, but good try to Klyze, man. Again, appreciate you coming on, and hopefully I get you on again another time. If you guys want to be featured in this series, Teambuilding with Zooch, just join the Discord down below and then type in the word "in" for the channel, and I'll get you guys signed up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.